And good morning. Welcome to Kelowna Now Live. It's Jason Mann with Jim Check on YouTube and X with your headlines as we get your day started here. First off, Avalanche control to close Highway 1 between Revelstoke and Golden. Dry BC has announced the work is going to be happening there around 11 o'clock tonight starting.
Yeah, and then they won't have it open until around 9 a.m. in the morning. So if your trip is out to Calgary or either or, come to Kelowna, just make sure you put that into an account, right? So that road's going to be closed, but I mean, obviously they need to do that avalanche control, right? So, and there is no detour for that unless a really long way around, right?
Yeah, very long.
Yeah.
Yeah, so hopefully things go well
Drive
and
safe.
It stays on schedule. A batch of children's painkillers has been recalled due to fears that users could be at risk of overdosing. A lot of pediatrics acetaminophen oral solution has found to have had higher than acceptable amount of acetaminophen, 185 milligram for over a 5 milliliter serving rather than 160.
How do they get that wrong?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, how do you get that wrong when you're a drug maker, right? Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. It could lead to children receiving too much. And so they've done a recall. Children may be especially at risk of effects of acetaminophen overdose. Did I say acetaminophen? Well, I think I still did it wrong. It's Teva Canada Limited that makes this brand. Health Canada said the recall is not expected to have any effect on the availability of other medicines. So.
And police are investigating a string of brazen extortions targeting business people in the Edmonton area's South Asian community, in which properties have actually been torched and shot at. And police say Thursday they're investigating 27 events since October.
And they're saying these extortions are coming from India. That's just crazy,
Yeah.
right? And it seems they demanded money from home builders in exchange for protection, the old racket, right? The protection racket, right? Should those targeted not pay, police have said their new home builds, show homes and related property have been burned. Crazy. Their investigation includes 5 extortions, 15 arsons, and 7 firearm offenses. The amount of property damage as a result of the arsons and shootings is estimated around $9 million. Yeah, so there you go. So there's a call by mayors in BC and Ontario call for our federal government to help create a multi-jurisdictional plan to combat what they say are rising extortion threats towards South Asian businesses.
Yeah. A Vancouver bus union has warned of a shutdown, calling the employer's expectations unreasonable.
Yeah, they're asking for 25% over 3 years. The union representing transit supervisors in BC Lower Mainland said it will be withdrawing all services on Monday if an agreement with Coast Mountain Bus Company isn't made. The union said its patient has now been exhausted. And they're calling, like I said, the union has demanded a 25% wage increase for transit supervisors over 3 years. What was it, about 8% a year?
Mm-hmm.
And then they're saying, simply put, it's unreasonable for this group of supervisors to demand nearly double the increase that other CMBC unions have accepted.
It's real catch-22.
Sounds like a divide there.
Yeah. Well, parole hearing is scheduled for a man convicted of sex crimes against young Canadians.
Scheduled today for a man sentenced to 10 years in prison for decades of sex offenses against members of Young People's Performance Group. Philip Hiramina pleaded guilty to 8 charges in 2018, including sexual assault, sexual exploitation, luring, and making child pornography after his trial had already entered its 3rd week. He resigned in 2014 from the Young Canadian School of Performing Arts in Calgary when the police began investigating several complaints. The 6 victims were male students between the ages of 15 and 17 who were at the school between 1992 and 2013. During sentence, the judge says, Hermina identified, targeted, and relentlessly pursued and groomed the young men who were especially talented and vulnerable.
Peachland is updating its tree protection bylaw to align with the Fire Smart principles.
Yeah, so they're expected to adopt an updated tree protection bylaw in an effort to increase Fire Smart in the community, which is about time. We need to take this seriously. The district gave 1st, 2nd, and 3rd readings on the bylaw. The report says the tree cutting bylaw, which was adopted in 1995, will be replaced by the tree protection bylaw. The new bylaw will completely rescind and replace that old 29-year-old bylaw. And it'll cover off requirements for replanting and fire smart principles. The revision will allow for fuel mitigation work to be carried out in the immediate zone, 1.5 meters of a structure. It'll prohibit the replanting of coniferous trees, which is what we've been saying for a while, like get those coniferous trees away from houses, right? Replacement trees will be planted 10 to 30 meters of any structure and will need to be at least 3 meters away from any existing trees. So there you go. You can go on KelownaNow.com and you can read more about this bylaw. And I think more communities will start adopting bylaws to keep, especially coniferous trees, away from homes.
Mm-hmm. And the RCMP are still looking for a witness of a suspicious Kootenay shooting who has ties to the Okanagan.
Yeah, so the Southeast District Major Crime Unit continues to seek information about that shooting in Sparwood in October of 2023 that left one man dead. When police arrived on the scene in that trailer in Sparwood, they arrested one male and the search resulted in officers finding Joel Zimbalati dead inside. The death has been deemed suspicious. There you go. Again, more on this story on KelownaNow.com.
And the District of Lake Country will resume exploring options to implement commercial boat launch fees.
Yeah, during the Tuesday meeting, Lake Country Council revisited a list of 6 notices of motion that staff needed more direction on how to move forward. Staff were originally directed to investigate the implementation of fees at the boat launches for commercial users in March of 2022. And imagine they're talking about people that do rentals and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. So the city of Kelowna approved fees for commercial users at several boat launches in February of 2022. So it looks like they're just looking to follow suit. There you go. 5 things.
What are the 5 things we need to know today that's happening around the world?
Wild ones in there for sure.
Want to be in the know at the water cooler.
This is the one that I think is, we've been talking again about the nuclear clock now at sitting at like, I think 5 minutes to midnight. And now they're saying Western countries should prepare their societies for an all-out war with Russia within the next 20 years. So we should be looking at our industrial base and seeing how we can produce weapons. And what a different world, eh?
That's a head shaker.
It's a different world, isn't it? And if we scroll down, Sophie's over there scrolling for us. Ontario man charged with for $28,000 for shoulder surgery in Alberta. And then if we go to the next one, pure fruit juice associated with weight gain.
Well, it's
again
sugar. I think we covered that.
If you drink a lot of sugar, obviously fruit juice is better than Coca-Cola, but the amount of sugar in it, I think we did a sugar thing a while back too. The amount of sugar in there, because you don't have the pulp and all that stuff. It's plus it's kind of dangerous because you're probably drinking like 5 oranges at a time. Right? Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So tastes good. I used to love orange juice.
I like it diluted.
I like just oranges now. Oh, and then the feds are now looking at wood-fired ovens.
Oh, come on, really?
They're after your wood-fire oven and your pizza. So there you go. No more pizza for you. And Madonna sued by fans for showing up late. There you go. I guess you could sue anybody, right?
I guess so. Well, here we go.
If you're going to a Madonna concert, you're going probably 20 years too late anyway. Well, that was mean. Eh?
That is. The shark may have jumped on that one, though, for sure.
Wasn't she the material girl?
Yeah. Still is. What's this, Wayfair?
Yeah, more layoffs. Wayfair reducing global workforce by 13%, amounting to about 1,650 layoffs, including 19% of its corporate team. This, like, if you go look, there's a website there that does tech layoffs. Just tons and tons of AI must be playing a part of the role in it. Some of the slowdown in the economy, the other part, and lots of layoffs for sure. And you want to do weather?
Yeah, sure. Well, first off, maybe talk a little bit about Big White. Looks like it's going to be a beautiful weekend for Big White. Talking to Liz yesterday, 106 runs open, sprinkling of fresh snow again, and could even see a bluebird day up there over the weekend. There's a shot from the Snow Ghost from earlier this morning. The crew's getting the lift ready to go just around 8 o'clock this morning. And so if you're on your way up there, enjoy. And of course, if you're on the roads, no matter where you're going in the province over the next few days, do take care. We have snow in the forecast. Let's take a look right now at our forecast.
Looking out the weather window?
Well, we'll take a look first. Today, as you can see, we're going to see snow off and on throughout the day, and a high of -6. We'll gradually warm into the evening to -5. And yes, we have some video this time from the weather window here.
We got it live.
Nope, this is a clip.
Oh, you took a clip. Well, there you go.
Yeah. So you can see the little snowflakes falling. Nice. And then if we take a look at some of the road conditions, thought I'd take a couple of different looks at the different views of the roads.
Just the connector, I'm guessing.
Yeah, that's heading that way. And then one more. That one's
that's
heading
Rogers Pass.
Yeah,
right?
that's Rogers Pass there. Yeah. So as you can see, it's snow everywhere, and we will see snow flurries with a -2.
Definitely a warming trend, though. Eh? Look at that, 4 degrees on Tuesday.
It is a warming trend.
There you go.
And as you get closer to that, Sunday, well, even Saturday, the roads as it gets.
You're heading out on the road this afternoon.
Yeah, it'll be.
When I was
get a little early
coaching, and my daughter was playing, my son were playing hockey a lot. We made so many trips on that Coquihalla connector in the wintertime, like for all those tournaments. Some of them were real nail biters, I tell you.
I feel you.
So I feel you today.
We'll be taking it slow.
Drive slow and take lots of candies and not candy. Foods.
We're stocked. We're stocked.
There you go.
Even have those, warmers.
Hand warmers?
Yeah, hand warmers.
There you go.
Blankets.
Where are you driving?
What?
You taking the van?
Yeah.
Not the electric?
No. The van's like a tank.
Is it?
Yeah, it's really good in the snow. Sienna.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. Well, you're going to be gone. I'll be doing the 4 o'clock by myself unless I can convince somebody to do it with me. But,
and 2, you have an interview?
2 with Fortis. We have 2 people coming in from Fortis to talk about that pipeline extension they asked for, and they were denied by the BC Utilities Commission. So,
yeah, so it'll be interesting to get a little bit more insight on what's happening there.
So, we do the news every morning at 9 a.m. and again at 4 p.m. 5 days a week. And on the weekends, we rest. Or we do something else, but we don't do that. But
the team's here, though, working hard and keeping track of stories that you need to know about.
We'd appreciate if you'd like and subscribe and follow us and watch the news and send in your feedback. Good, bad, and ugly. Yeah,
and liking the videos helps make sure that they kind of get elevated in the
And if you haven't subscribed to our newsletter yet, we would ask that you do.
All right. Have a great and safe, warm day.